Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're giving your writing a serious toolkit upgrade. We're going to tackle those tiny, super common mistakes that, can sneak in and kind of sabotage your biggest ideas.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That post-send panic, that heart-stopping moment where you immediately reread an email you just sent, just praying you didn't blow your credibility with a silly typo.
Look, you could have the most amazing, game-changing idea, but a couple of small, avoidable errors, that's all it takes to throw your reader off and make your whole message just fizzle out. And that's exactly what we're going to fix. But hey, don't worry, this is not about memorizing some dusty old grammar book. Nope. We're just going to add 3 really simple, powerful tools to your toolkit. They're going to make your writing way sharper and way more confident. So, let's get started.
Okay, tool number 1, clarifying confusing words. You know the ones, they look or sound almost the same, but they mean totally different things. And mixing them up, it can change your entire meaning in an instant.
Let's start with a really common one. Economic versus economical. You might say your company had economical growth because, well, it sounds kind of fancy. But economical actually means you're being thrifty or cheap. You almost certainly mean economic growth, which is about the economy itself. See? One little word takes your company's story from impressive to stingy.
And next up, a pair that trips up so many people. Assure versus insure. They sound so similar, but they are not interchangeable at all. Using the wrong one here can make it sound like you don't really stand behind your promises.
And here's the dead simple way to remember it. You assure a person, you're removing their doubt. But you ensure an outcome, you're guaranteeing something happens. So just think, you talk to people, you take action on things. Assure the person, ensure the result. Easy.
The classic showdown. Less versus fewer. The rule here is so simple. If you can count it, you use fewer. Fewer emails, fewer meetings, fewer mistakes. If you can't count it, if it's just a general blob of something, you use less. Less stress, less traffic, less confusion. See how that works? Fewer problems means less worry.
All right, our words are sorted. Let's grab tool number 2, essential grammar. And again, relax. This is not going to be like your high school English class. These are just a couple of quick hacks for some of the absolute trickiest grammar spots out there.
First up, the big one. The puzzle of who versus whom that honestly trips up even professional writers. But guess what? There's a secret test, a little trick that solves it perfectly every single time. It's called the he-him test. All you do is rephrase the sentence as an answer. So, for who/whom did this, the answer would be he did it. Since he fits, you use who. Now, for something like the lawyer who/whom I met, the answer is I met him. And here's the magic trick. If the answer is him, you use whom. They both end in M. If it's he, you use who. It's honestly that easy. Okay, here's a rule that's so simple it even rhymes. When you're writing one of those if-then sentences, just remember this little phrase. Would plus would equals not good. The word would, it belongs in the result, not in the if part of the sentence. So instead of saying, if I would have more time, you just say, if I had more time. Keep the would for the outcome. You only need one per sentence.
And for our final tool, let's zoom out a bit. We've picked the right words, we've applied the rules. Now we've got to build strong sentences so our ideas can actually flow without, falling apart.
So this right here, this is a comma splice. It's one of the most common mistakes people make. It happens when you try to glue 2 complete sentences together with just a comma. You got to think of a comma like a weak little hinge on a door, not a deadbolt. It's just not strong enough to hold 2 big ideas together. But the great thing is, you've got options, and each one gives a slightly different feel. You can add a joining word like so to show a clear cause and effect. You could use a semicolon. That shows the 2 ideas are really closely connected. Or just use a full stop, a period. That gives you a harder, more dramatic pause. The choice is totally yours. All right, I love this next one. Take a look at this sentence. This is what's called a dangling modifier, and it basically creates some unintentional comedy. I mean, what is this sentence actually saying? Exactly. The way it's written, It sounds like the Zumba class itself is bad at sports, which makes zero sense. That opening phrase, despite not being very good at sports, is just left dangling there, waiting for someone or something to describe. And the fix is so simple. You just have to make sure that the person doing the action, in this case, I, comes right after that opening phrase. Despite not being very good at sports, I find, boom. Now that modifier isn't dangling anymore, it's anchored to the right subject. The sentence is instantly clear.
And there you have it. That's your upgraded writer's toolkit. Number 1, choose your words with precision. Number 2, use these simple little tricks for the tricky grammar spots. And number 3, build your sentences with clear, logical structures.
You know, at the end of the day, this isn't about being some kind of grammar fanatic. It's about respecting your own ideas and your reader's time. Good writing just makes sure that your ideas land with the power and the clarity that they truly deserve.
So here's my challenge to you. Think back. An email, a report, anything you wrote this past week. Using these new tools, what's one sentence you can go back and upgrade right now? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.